What's up, nation? What's up, guys? My name is Crystal Lotus, gypsy, mystic, psychic, all that good jazz. But in today's video, I'm going to give you 4 questions to reflect on for the new moon in Virgo. This new moon is happening September 7th, 2021. However, this video is going to be timeless. This video is going to be used anytime you need to diary, shadow work, reflect in the new moon in Virgo season. If you haven't checked out the Virgo season 4 questions to reflect on, be sure to check that out after this video, as well as go ahead and dive into my channel and see what resources I have for you to benefit your life, to improve your life, to reflect your life with astrology and tarot and spirituality, guys. In this video, we're going to go over 4 questions to reflect on for this new moon in Virgo energy. But before we get into that, let's break down the energy that we're going to be dealing with up above so that we can handle it down here below, guys. So we're dealing with moon energy. So moon energy is dealing with emotions, but think deeper. It's dealing with your inner emotions, how you act when nobody is looking, when you're at night by yourself. This is the emotions. So moon is your emotions. So with that, we have a phase of the moon that is in the new moon phase. So this time is when the moon is in a new moon phase. We're doing emotion. So what is it? New moon is what is you're going to plant. What are the seeds of your intentions? What are the intentions, manifestations that you want to create for the next 2 weeks? So that's why these new moons and full moons are so important, guys, because with the intentions, the manifestations for the new moon, and then with the full moon, with the charge up and the release that you have released for the last 2 weeks, you're setting off the vibe for your energy force field for the next 2 weeks. So when we do these new moons and full moons to check in with yourself, it's because you're checking in with yourself so that your manifestations and intentions are improving for the next 2 weeks of your life, guys. So new moon in Virgo, this is, like I said, it's the new moon phase. So you're planting the intentions. You're going to want to plant your intentions on the emotions. What are you feeling? What do you want to act out on? Then we have Virgo, the energy of where the moon is going to be. So Virgo is I organize, like I was saying in the Virgo season 4 questions to reflect on. Virgo wants you to organize. And then Virgo rules the 6th house of health, of diet, of your day-to-day life. So this is a perfect new moon in Virgo to set intentions of how you emotionally want to feel, planting the seeds of intention for the next 2 weeks of your life, dealing with the 6th house of your life, your daily activities, your health, your diet. So the most organized, this is one of the most organized, most practical, strongest new moons you can deal with to actually focus on, because once you're focusing on changing your daily activities, know how strong you are going to be to work all your other magic in your life. So that's the point of this new moon in Virgo. So let's dive in to the 4 questions for reflection, for growth, for benefit, for improving and understanding your physical body and the map, the roadmap that you have here in Earth. Okay, so the transit is the new moon in Virgo. So number 1, I wrote here. So go ahead and get out your notepads and take notes. I was thinking maybe you guys should get a notepad just for my channel so that you're able to document all of these things, as well as your zodiac tarot card readings, to improve your life, to benefit your life. That's why my channel is a little differently than the other tarot readers and astrology YouTubers that you see out there, okay? So number 1 is, how have you been emotionally feeling in the last 2 weeks since the full moon in Aquarius? So you want to question yourself on how you've been emotionally feeling. Emotion, moon energy, the new moon. Why do you want to reflect on how you've been emotionally feeling? Well, because if you're going to set intentions, you don't want to set intentions with negativity, because that's going to lessen the probability of your intentions, your manifestations to coming true. What you want to do is first Clear your mind, clear your body. You're better to work with a cup empty than to work with a dirty cup inside. So in Buddhist tradition, it's always empty your cup so that you can fill up your cup. So find out, sit down with yourself, write 5, 10 things of how you've been emotionally feeling in the last 2 weeks. Have you been feeling sad? Have you been feeling happy? Have you been feeling disgusted by how the world has been feeling? Write it down. I'm the biggest advocate for diary. So write it down. Write it down so that the next 2 weeks, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write how we want the opposite polarity of what we've been experiencing in the last 2 weeks since the full moon in Aquarius. And now we're going to manifest the opposite, the polarity, what we truly want in this life, because we're controlling our life. Remember, moon is control, security, and protection. So we're going to change the drift, change the sign, and we're going to really focus on what is it that I emotionally want to feel in the next 2 weeks, so that when the full moon happens again, you're celebrating, you're releasing all those silly thoughts, all those silly negative vibrations that you were feeling. And trust me and believe, as you work the cycles of the moon and the sun, your life will totally change. So that does bring us to number 2. How can you better connect to your emotions for the next 2 weeks to come? So how can you better connect to your emotions for the next 2 weeks to come? So as you have your list of what you want the next 2 weeks of your emotions, I want to feel happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to feel good. As you have those energies with you, you're going to want to look at that, and you're going to want to catch yourself when you're feeling the negative emotions. So when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling sad, you're going to want to take that energy and you're going to want to write it down in your diary, your book, or whatever notepad you have that takes track of your emotions, your manifestations, your diary. And you're going to want to capture it. Because remember, the point of this is we're removing those negative energies to take control of our life, to secure our life, to protect ourselves so that we're not acting toxic in this earth. Okay? So number 2, how can you better connect to your emotions for the next 2 weeks to come? And number 1, how have you been emotionally feeling in the last 2 weeks since the full moon in Aquarius? And there's always going to be a full moon in Aquarius prior to the new moon in Virgo, guys. So now it leads us to number 3. How have your daily activities, your diet, your health, your day-to-day life, how have you been living your day-to-day life in the last 2 weeks? How do you feel about it? Because the words judgment don't need to be. We don't have to be judging everybody. We have to, the biggest judge or the biggest critic should be yourself, and then of course God being. So how have you been acting in the daily activities? What have you been putting in your mouth? Have you been exercising? Have you been doing these things that make you feel good? Because this can be the probability of why you've been feeling emotionally lacking, fatigue, depression, anxiety. What you consume, what you do on the daily activity is what consumes your mind, your body, and your spirit. So Virgo rules the 6th house. Like I said, the moon will be in the 6th house. So the best and most powerful manifestation for yourself. Focus on how you want your daily activities to be, how you want your health to be, how you want your diet to be, and determine these intentions for good for the next 2 weeks. So in the full moon in the next 2 weeks, you are celebrating that you feel more whole, corresponding to the polarity, the positive aspects of your emotions that you wrote down and want to live by for the next 2 weeks on the opposite side. So number 3, how has your daily activities, your health, your diet benefit you or detriment you? Makes you feel good. If you're eating donuts, McDonald's, and indulging in those negative, those are products that are consumed and processed. You want to go lighter, because if you want to feel lighter, if you want to feel stronger, that's the point of vegetation. That's the point of vegan. That's the point of releasing all those other toxicities. Of course, there's some blood types, being a nurse, there's blood types that need to eat meat. Most definitely. But that's not what we're talking about here. So let's dive into number 4. What are gonna be your next 6 goals to focus on for this strong, powerful new moon in Virgo? What intentions, what manifestations, what things are you going to emotionally fulfill yourself with? What emotions are you going to conquer and succeed in and release and let go? What in your diet, your daily life, your exercise routines will what benefits you or what does not benefit you? So number 4 is, what are 6 goals to focus on for the manifestation to reflect your well-being emotionally, mentally, and physically? Mind, body, and spirit. That's why we do those readings. Because if your mind, your body, and your spirit is not right, your manifestations, your magic is weak compared to a person that's actually practicing on a daily, doing this as a devotee. So these are very powerful methods to plant the seeds of your intentions for this new moon in Virgo, not only for the benefit for you just to get what you want, that new car, but no, this is about something deeper, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, and your physical well-being. So the new moon in Virgo is going to be a perfect time, strong time to organize your life, like I said with the Virgo season, for things to question yourself with, but it's going to be a powerful time to set intentions, to organize your focus, connect to your goals, your daily activities, how you truly want to manifest your life, guys. Alrighty, guys, so if you got to this part of the video, I appreciate you. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to dive into 4 questions to reflect on, as Mercury is going to be in Libra on August 30th. And like I said, Mercury will go into Libra every year at this time. So these are questions, these are timeless videos for you to reflect on, shadow work, and improve and benefit in your life. If you want a tarot card reading, private reading from me, be sure to check me out at crystalthemysticlotus.com to book that reading. I'm organizing how I want to do my natal chart readings as well, corresponding to packages. So if that's all interested, stay along with me, follow me along. I leave you guys always off with peace and namaste. Ashe. Take care.